Eldoria at dawn. The city where magic rises like smoke and love is the most forbidden resurrection of all. 4 women gather in the Moon Ember tavern, unaware that tonight, a vow written in ash will demand its price.
His breath was warm against my palm. Not kissing, kindling, as if he needed permission to exist in the same skin as me.
Serena Vayne, an enchantress who writes forbidden love tales she's too afraid to live, felt the stranger before she saw him.
I should have pulled away. Every story I've ever written warned me. I didn't.
The tavern door opened. The ash in the fireplace stirred. The embers seemed to bow.
That's the face. I'm about to ignore every warning sign face.
Mira, the sharpest legal mind in Eldoria, set down her scroll with a theatrical groan.
Serena, darling, whatever you're thinking, stop. I've already drafted 3 heartbreak contracts this month. My quill is threatening to resign.
I wasn't thinking anything.
That's exactly what terrifies me.
His presence tastes like smoke and honey, ancient, burning, like something that has died and risen before.
Kalla, an alchemist who distills desire into potions, leaned forward with professional fascination.
No guild signature I can read. He's either nothing, or something that has already burned away everything it used to be.
Or he's a warning, the kind that doesn't know it's still on fire. Biana, a warrior-mage who believes her own power is a curse, kept her hand on her sword. I've seen men like him. They walk into runes like they own the silence. They never leave ash behind.
But he wasn't leaving. He was walking toward our table. The
stranger stopped before Serena. His eyes were the color of embers, orange, ancient, hungry.
You write about love you've never burned for.
My voice caught. That's not what I expected. Most men ask my name. I write stories. Yes?
Dangerous ones. I've felt every word rise from my own ashes.
Excuse me. Who exactly are you? And how did you get past the tavern's wards?
The wards were made from dying embers. So was I.
That's not ominous at all.
Answer the question. The stranger reached into his cloak and placed a small feather made of ash on the table. It was shaped like a bird mid-flight, crumbling, glowing, hungry.
My name is Phoenix. I am the last ember of the Phoenix Vow.
The Phoenix Vow was shattered 700 years ago. Every ember who swore it burned to nothing.
Almost every ember.
Phoenix's gaze never left Serena's face. The ash feather pulsed with a soft, desperate glow. I'm not here for revenge. I'm here because the vow is reforming, and it's coming for the one woman whose heart can complete the cycle.
Me? I write stories. I'm not an ember or a warrior.
You're something more dangerous. You give words to ash. You make people believe in rising. The vow feeds on isolation. You're its opposite. Serena looked at her friends. Mira's eyes were sharp with warning. Kalla's were alight with curiosity. Biana's were filled with the promise of violence.
And if I refuse?
Then Eldoria forgets what it feels like to rise after burning. Not with a bang, with a slow, beautiful fade into cold. Phoenix turned to leave, his cloak brushing the floor like settling ash. The vow awakens at moonrise 3 nights from now. If you're brave enough to hear the truth, meet me at the old crematorium.
Wait. Why me? Why now?
Phoenix paused. When he looked back, his eyes held something that looked almost like hope. Because I've been watching you for 3 years. And in all that time, you've never once written a story about giving up on something that was still burning. The door closed behind him. The ash in the fireplace settled. The tavern's warmth returned.
Well, that was either the beginning of a romance or the prologue to a funeral.
Can't it be both?
I don't trust him.
Neither do I. That's the problem.
Serena touched the ash feather. It was warm, alive. Something whispered at the edge of her hearing. A name she didn't recognize, spoken with desperate longing.
If you've ever felt that love can change your destiny, subscribe, because this story is for you.
The morning after, Serena sat alone in her scriptorium, the ash feather pulsing on her desk. She hadn't slept.
I kept hearing his voice. You write about love you've never burned for. He wasn't wrong.
A knock at her door. 3 slow beats, then silence. You're still awake?
You're still outside my door at dawn. That's either romantic or deeply concerning.
Can it be both?
That's what my friends would say.
Serena opened the door. Phoenix stood in the gray light, looking as exhausted as she felt. I need to show you something, before the others wake, before I lose my nerve.
And if I say no?
Then I'll stand here until you say yes. I've waited 700 years. A few more minutes won't matter.
700 years?
The vow keeps its embers burning, whether we want it or not. He took her to the old crematorium, a forgotten place where the first embers once burned themselves to ash, hoping to rise again. This is where the vow was made, where we promised to burn together, so no one would have to burn alone.
What went wrong?
We meant it. That was the problem. Phoenix knelt beside a cold kiln. The stone was black, scorched, and strangely warm underneath. The vow wasn't a curse. It was a promise. We swore to carry the fire so the world could keep warming itself.
That sounds beautiful.
It was, until we realized burning is lonely, even when you're burning together.
What happened?
The embers grew tired, grew jealous of the ashes that never had to rise again.
Could they leave?
No. That's why they called it the Phoenix Vow. Once you burn forever.
And if forever won't end?
Then you wait, and watch everyone you love turn to ash. Back at the Moon Ember, Mira was pacing.
She went with him again, alone, before breakfast.
Her emotional signature is calm. That's either very good or very bad.
Or she's finally feeling something real. Biana stared into her wine glass, watching the liquid swirl. I've spent my whole life afraid my storm would burn anyone I love. Maybe Serena's tired of being afraid too.
There's a difference between courage and stupidity.
Is there? Because from where I'm sitting, they look exactly the same.
The feather is changing her.
Kalla held a small vial of amber liquid up to the light.
I took a sample from the ash feather last night. The magical signature is... and... hungry. Not malicious. Just... starving.
Starving for what?
Witness. Real witness. The kind that watches you burn and stays until the rising.
Serena returned as the sun reached its peak. Her skin smelled of smoke. Not danger, warmth.
Serena, tea. You smell like a fire.
The vow recognizes me. Phoenix says it's because I write about burning without demanding to be the only flame.
Is that safe?
I don't know, but I have 2 days to figure it out.
Serena sat at the center of the table, her friends around her like a living shield.
The vow awakens at moonrise in 2 nights. We have until then to understand what the embers did wrong.
And what exactly did they do wrong?
They tried to burn alone. They thought love meant consuming everything until nothing was left.
So we have to do the opposite. Burn together.
We have to show the vow that burning doesn't mean disappearing. It means being witness.
That's not a plan. That's just arson.
Unfortunately, she's right.
Phoenix waited by the old crematorium as the sun began to set. Serena found him there.
You knew the vow would recognize me.
I suspected.
And you didn't warn me?
Would you have believed me?
No. How?
Then I made the right choice. Serena sat beside him. Their shoulders almost touched. The cold kiln pulsed, not with hunger, but with attention.
Tell me about the first ember, Senor. The one who made the vow.
Her name was Ember. She was burning, and she was desperate to take someone with her.
What did she trade?
Her warmth, her future, her ability to ever stop burning.
That doesn't sound like a vow. That sounds like a sentence.
It was. But at the time, it felt like purpose. Serena reached out. Her fingers brushed his. The kiln's shadow softened.
You've been carrying her guilt for 700 years.
Someone has to.
No. Oh, well, no. Someone has to forgive her. And you're the only one left.
Phoenix turned to look at her. The grief in his eyes cracked, just slightly. What if I can't?
Then the vow awakens tomorrow, and we all burn alone.
Serena stood. She offered him her hand.
Come back to the tavern. Eat something. Sleep. Let my friends annoy you with questions.
Why?
Because you're not an ember anymore. You're just a man who's been burning alone for 7 centuries.
That night, the 4 women and the last ember sat together in the Moon and Ember. It was awkward. It was strange. It was a beginning.
So, B. 700 years. Any interesting stories?
Mostly pain.
I meant romantic ones.
Mostly pain there, too.
The thermal chemistry in this room is, shifting. The vow is curious.
Let it be curious. It's not touching my friends. Biana's storm crackled softly. Not a threat. A witness.
Tomorrow, we face a vow that has consumed everyone who ever tried to burn alone. And we're going to show it something it's never seen.
Which is?
Burning that doesn't need to consume. Burning that just wants to be seen.
The fire crackled. The candles burned low. Phoenix watched Serena as she spoke. And for the first time in centuries, he didn't feel like a dying ember.
If this story touched something inside you, stay with us. Subscribe, and let the next chapter find you.
Moonrise. The final night. The old crematorium waited beyond Eldoria, its cold kiln trembling with anticipation.
I've never been more afraid. Not of burning. Of burning alone.
Then don't burn alone. Simple legal strategy.
Mira adjusted her crimson robes, her armor against the coming fire.
The original embers burned in isolation. That was their mistake.
So we burn together?
We witness each other. Biana's storm crackled softly. Not a threat. A flame waiting for fuel. I've spent my whole life afraid my storm would burn anyone who watched me fall. Tomorrow, I stop being afraid of being seen.
That's not a plan. That's a sentiment.
Sometimes sentiments are enough. Phoenix stood apart from the group, his back to the cold kiln. The stone reflected not the moon, but a woman's face. Beautiful, terrified, ancient. Ember, Dototon, I know you can hear me. Echoing, you brought them here. After everything I did to protect you. You didn't protect me. You burned me. I loved you. Love doesn't burn. Love warms. Serena walked to the edge of the kiln. Her skin shimmered, not with fear, with readiness.
You've been watching me for weeks. Learning me.
You're right about love, you're too afraid to live. You understand burning.
I understand loneliness too.
Then you know why I made the vow. Why I needed to take someone with me.
I know. But you were wrong about one thing.
What?
Burning isn't something you force on someone. It's something you share. Every day. Every choice.
The kiln pulsed. Ember's voice softened. Confused. Curious. Hungry.
Whispering to Kalla. What is she doing?
Whispering back. She's rewriting the vow. In real time.
Hand on sword. If that thing touches her.
It won't. It can't. It's never met someone who isn't afraid of burning.
You've only ever known people who wanted to use the vow. For warmth. For legacy. For control. I don't want any of that.
Then, what do you want?
To stand here. With you. And not make any promises I can't keep.
Serena knelt at the kiln's edge. The cold stone rose to meet her hands. Warm. Trembling. Serena, don't. It will bind you.
No. Nisil. Nadham. Tawanami. Sedste. Luniskana. It won't.
She looked at Phoenix. At the man who had carried grief for 7 centuries.
It's never met someone who chose to burn beside it without being pushed.
The stone touched her fingers. Ember's voice in the kiln softened. Just slightly. Why? Why would you burn beside me without a promise?
Because I know what it's like to want to be warm. To be afraid that if people really saw you burn, they'd walk away. I've written 100 stories about that fear. I've never lived past it. Until now.
Mira stepped forward. Then Kalla. Then Biana. They formed a line behind Serena. Hands linked.
By every law that honors shared burning over solitary ash, I stand with her.
By every formula that failed to capture what we witnessed together, I stand with her.
By every storm I've weathered and every fire I've survived, I stand with her. By every ember I've watched die and every vow I've kept, I stand with her. The kiln stilled. Ember's voice began to change. Not into hunger, but into something that looked like warmth. No one has ever
what?
Offered to burn beside me, without wanting to consume. The cold stone began to warm. Ember's presence didn't vanish. It transformed, became softer, younger, less hungry.
You're not a monster. You're a woman who was never taught how to burn without taking someone with you.
I don't know how.
Then, we'll teach you.
The kiln pulsed one final time. When it stilled, Ember's voice was gone. In its place was a single, golden feather, warm to the touch, glowing softly.
What is this?
A piece of her. The part that wanted to warm, not burn. Serena lifted the feather from the kiln. It rested in her palm like a heartbeat that had finally stopped running.
She's not gone.
No, she's finally warm. Dawn broke over Eldoria. The old crematorium was just stone now. Gray, quiet, ordinary.
Is it over?
It's beginning.
Serena looked at the golden feather in her hand. The vow's gift. The vow's trust.
We have a lot of work to do. Teaching her. Showing her what burning actually looks like when you're not alone.
The thermal chemistry of that process will be fascinating.
The protection of it will be exhausting.
The legal framework will be a nightmare.
But we'll do it together.
Phoenix stood apart, watching them. Serena walked to him and placed the golden feather in his hands.
You've been running from this for 700 years. It's time to stop.
What if I'm not strong enough?
You don't have to be. That's what we're for.
Phoenix looked at the feather. Then, at Serena. then at the women who had followed her to the edge of the crematorium. "I don't deserve this."
No one deserves love. That's what makes it love.
The first rays of sunlight touched the cold kiln. The stone sparkled, alive, ordinary, beautiful.
The vow isn't our enemy. It's a woman who was never taught how to burn beside. And now she has 4 friends and an ember who finally knows how to warm.
Weeks passed. The feather lived in Serena's scriptorium, glowing softly in the moonlight. Mira drafted the first Rights of Thermal Entities Act, arguing that even burning deserved dignity. Kalla developed a serum that helped Ember communicate, not in fire, but in dreams. Warmth, light, textures. Biana taught her about storms, about lightning that warms, not destroys. And Serena wrote, not forbidden tales hidden from the guilds, but true stories, honest ones, about a woman who learned to burn beside instead of consuming everything in her path. One night, Serena sat alone by the old kiln. The stone was calm. The feather around her neck pulsed softly. "You're thinking about endings again."
I'm a writer. I'm always thinking about endings.
"This isn't an ending."
I know.
He sat beside her. Their shoulders touched. The kiln reflected not their faces, but a woman smiling, ancient, peaceful, finally warm.
She's happy.
Ember?
She's finally happy.
So am I. Serena leaned her head against his shoulder. The moon, the same moon that had witnessed the vows making, watched over them.
I used to think love was something you burned for, a fire you couldn't control, Wayne, a vow you signed in ash. Now I think love is something you choose, every day, especially when you're burning.
The embers tried to burn alone, to eliminate the need for witnesses.
And that's why they failed.
The kiln pulsed, not with hunger, but with warmth.
The most forbidden tale isn't about passion or power. It's about witnessing, about choosing to watch someone burn, really watch them, and not running from the heat. That's what I've learned. That's what I'll keep writing. Until every ember knows it can ask to be warmed, instead of burning alone.
The feather around Serena's neck pulsed, once, twice, then settled into a steady, peaceful glow.
If this story touched something inside you, stay with us. Subscribe, and let the next chapter find you. Because this isn't the end. It's just the first page of everything that comes next.
The moon set, the sun rose, and Eldoria, the city of spires and secrets, kept warming.
One story, one ember, one shared warmth at a time.
The city holds its breath again after the chaos of the rain. This quiet feels like coming home, a feeling I have never known. If this is our forever vow, I'll take the risk and start right now. If this story touched something inside you, stay with us. Subscribe, and let the next chapter find you.